couple of things we can do to assist the ability. First of all, you do need to be able to ground me without me. And perhaps I should have added this as a warm-up drill. And we need to condition our bodies if it's new to you. The ground me roll is simply the ability to roll along our shoulder line. The small on my back is not involved. The shoulder line here. If you find that a struggle without any assistance, then the berimbolo is going to be just as hard. So, for the rest of the month we will add that as part of our warm-up drill. But we're going to do our best that we can. So we need a little help with our grips and things. This is what we're going to do. So back in the position in combat base, okay? Grab here, throw him here, and I throw him here. I go around. This time I'm going to, without inverting it, I'm going to switch this grip to the belt. Okay? Remember I talked about controlling his hips? This controls his hips. This allows you, and if you need a little swing with this leg for momentum, then by all means, because this is not being held back. But you need to be on that shoulder line here. Okay, from here you're in a very good position. Dean asked, what happens if he tries to shrimp away from you? This helps. It's not the end of the world. There are other things you can do, and we'll explore those in the next section. But from here, pull ourselves over. And also another thing is, I want to get, a lot of people are just going to mount from here. What happens is you're in a weak spot here, and if he uses his upper body to push me away, you're not going to succeed. Okay? I want to pop my head so I can see his feet. So by pulling his belt, I go here and then I pop once more. So my head has gone through to the other side. I've done a full inversion. Then I go here, he pushes me. Doesn't matter if he pushes me away. I'm in a great position here. So one more time, just repeat that. The techniques. So I've started with a deep de la Riva, combat base. Foot on his knee here, because I'm going to stretch him out. Foot on the ankle. I'm going to really try and unbalance him here. As he tries to correct himself, I go here. I'm going to switch, as he falls down, switch to his belt line, which might seem fiddly for some, but as you get used to it, you'll immediately find it. And this helps you pull underneath. My head pops to the other side, see? It's not stuck on the same side that side. We're going to project ourselves, flatten our body, flatten our hips. Here, all to mount. So that's the little extra addition I want you guys to try. All right, 1, 2, 3. Deep de la Riva, pushing the hips. We're going, cupping ankles. And another tip is, when you're going for the first knockdown, you want to really lift the ankle up. You want to make him really sell the idea that I'm going to. So he corrects himself, and that gives you the momentum to go here, right? So once we're here, we're going to knock him down that side. I'm going to change the grip to the belt line. All right, and then I invert, come to the other side here. Now I have a hand free. Now, what you do is dependent on what you can reach. So generally, if you can reach his hip line, is this on camera? Probably on no. That's what you want. Here. Sometimes that's a little far, you can't grab. So the further down the leg line you get, I'll take what I can get, but you're less effective by pulling down here. This hand here, ideally you want to grab it at his waistline. Now, to get the back, you just kick this leg. Here. Oh, sorry, you okay? Yeah. Alright, so we end up in this weird position here. But, look, I've got control of his hips. Lucas tries to shrink away. So this is not a bad position to be in. All things, if he turns his back to me, then I progress to taking the back. But generally, if he's clever, like I always try and get my back flat when people berimbolo, you need to then use this leg and start taking the back here. So, lots of stages, apologise, but most of you have done. Try not to kick you in the face this time. Here, lifting that foot, pushing that way, going that back that way, and we're reversing to the other side. Okay? Oh, I forgot to change grip. Doesn't matter, you can still do it with the collar grip. It's what you do with this hand that's important, by grabbing his hips. I'm going to kick with this leg here. Everything works together. Oh, that was nice and smooth, all in one. That's what I want, all in one. Do it again and again until maybe tired people. So I don't do a wardrobe malfunction. Good. Obviously, being a complex move, it can break down in many aspects, so there's always an answer to these ones, but I'm trying to keep it simple as I can. If you can do it all in one fluid movement, that's the best to start off with, and then we can break down. So I'm selling it here, it goes down here, it goes on here, grabbing the hip line, and everything kicking here, bringing him towards me, and I'm doing that. Attacking. Do I need to change an angle, or we're okay? I was going to move on so that when the person stands up, you can do exactly the same technique. We'll do that on Thursday. Anyway, so we've ascertained that we need to get some kazushi going. So we move that way and then we go that way. So already I'm extending my hand in here. But this hand that's grabbing the collar, the closer you are to the hip line, you have more control, right, with the breathe. But you don't have to grab the belt line. You can even grab his back. Again, in a terrible position. And grab as much of his back as we can. See, I'm really trying to fish. Although his back is flat on the ground, I can still reach in and grab a whole bunch of cloth here, rather than his belly, because his belly doesn't help me with the second part of the sequence. Here. And this really allows you to drag in here. You get a really good strong connection with his hip. Now we grab the hip line. And here's the bit that some people aren't quite getting. As I pull, I'm dragging him here and extending, and he's almost like he's off the ground. Can you see how he's off the ground? And then that's finishing the technique there. Actually, Wayne did it pretty good. Wayne, would you mind demonstrating your variation, your execution of it? Because it was really got there his opponent aerial. It's almost like a throw. So that's fine. We can all do that. Now watch this drag. Drags the body over him. See how that works? So he's mid-air and then he slots into position, so Wayne doesn't have to do any extreme finishing. So let's try and aim for that, guys. It's all about that, dragging that body over you, and it will make a smoother berimbolo, okay? Okay guys, 1, 2, 3, let's go.